Old records, old records. Yes. Hey, everybody, you're listening to WFMU East Orange, WXHT Mount Hope, worldwide. The old record won't go away. Go away, old record. There it goes. It's going away. Don't know. Here it comes again. No, don't go. Leave me alone. Old record. Leave. Leave. Anyway, this is WFMU East Orange, WXHT Mount Hope, worldwide on the World Wide Web at WFMU.org. And you're listening to the best show on the... No! Go away. You're listening to the best show on WFMU.
WFMU.
The best show.
WFMU.
The best show.
WFMU.
The best show.
WFMU.
The best show.
WFMU.
I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. I thought that was enough. I thought I knew it all. It's over my head, but I'm still thinking. Anyway, it works out. No, it could work out anyway. It could be bad, it could be good, it could be none of the above. Yes, I do understand why I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. Running away from myself, I fell into someone else who didn't know exactly what to do. I love what I don't understand, but I don't understand what's been going on. Surprise, surprise. Looks like I'm in love. Anyway, it works out. It could work out anyway. It could be this, it could be that, it could be none of the above. Yes, I do understand. No, I don't understand. Yes, I do understand why I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. bluebirds that gathered in my head. All my tomorrows I think they have been read. Summer's coming through, there's no hay upon the field. Soon I'll be with you and we'll know how it feels. Summertime, bleachers and sad flags upon a field of green. Slow bands and roll bands like you have never seen. Summer's coming through, there's no hay upon the field. Those times and our times and some are fit to kill. Summertime. Count the bluebirds in the sky, but don't count the sleep. Count the bluebirds with your and some that faded view. Switch with the seasons to feelings that I knew. Summer's coming through, there's no hay upon the field. I'll soon be with you and we'll know how it feels. Summertime.
All right. Hey, everybody. You're listening to the best show on WFMU. My name is Tom Scharpling, here with you until 11 tonight. The best show on WFMU, brought to you each and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. The phone number, 201-200-9368. The email address, toms@wfmu.org. You write the email. I see it instantaneously. I'm staring at the screen right now. Staring at it. Oh, we just heard from the nation of Ulysses, from their hot 1991 album, 13-point program to destroy America. We heard Today I Met the Girl I'm Going to Marry. And that is by request to my close friend Dave requesting that. Before that, The Bells of Love by Big Dipper off the Craps album. From 1988 on the Homestead record label. People make fun of, somebody at the station was making fun of the gatefold sleeve on the album Craps today. I won't stand for it. What's wrong with the gatefold? Do you have a problem with Gaufrier, Walyuk, Oliphant, and Mishner staring back at you in this beautiful, deluxe, glossy gatefold? Maybe the last great gatefold. Before that, The Pretty Things from their album Parachute. From 1970, we heard Summertime. Oops. Before The Pretty Things, the SF Seals featuring Barbara Manning. From the album Truth Walks in Sleepy Shadows, we heard SF Sorrow, which is actually a Pretty Things song. And if you want to hear Barbara Manning, everybody, I said, if you want to hear Barbara Manning, what you want to do is tune in this Friday, August 31st, between 3 and 6 p.m. Listen to the Cherry Blossom Clinic with Terry T. to hear Barbara Manning live in studio, laying down a great session. And they call this show the best show on WFMU, but I am just a pale imitation of one of the true best shows on WFMU, if not the best show, in all honesty, on WFMU, the Cherry Blossom Clinic with Terry T. That is the best show on WFMU. But this show is called the best show on WFMU. That's the distinction. Starting us off in that set of music, I'm in Love by the DBs off their album Stands for Decibels, going all the way back to 1981. So it was Open Phone Tuesday last Tuesday. And for portions of tonight, it will be Open Phone Tuesday as well. So that means you just call 201-200-9368 to get in on the action. But later in the program, we do have a guest. Voiceover legend Kendrick Martin is going to be on the program, talking about his new book, My Life in the Booth, I believe it's called. That's later in the show. You know what I wanted to say is I was reading the New York Post here, right? Today's New York Post. And there's something in Cindy Adams' column. Cindy mentions, get this, Shaquille O'Neal up for an action movie with Gene Simmons of Kiss. She says that Gene Simmons and Shaquille O'Neal will team up in an action movie. How badly do I want to see this movie? That would maybe be the greatest film ever committed to celluloid. What would it be about, though? What would a film starring Shaquille O'Neal, NBA superstar, Shaq Diesel, the Big Aristotle, what would that be like if Shaq teamed up with Gene Simmons from Kiss? What do you think the plot of that movie would be? I want to know what you think the plot of that movie would be. If you have any idea what sort of action movie could possibly pair Gene Simmons and Shaquille O'Neal, 201-200-9368 is the number. The only thing is, I don't care. I'm there. I'm ready to buy a ticket. Oh, And should be the first movie that Scharpling's Army attend. For the uninitiated, Scharpling's Army is it's like a club on this show. I hesitate to say fan club, but it's a club. We're getting it together now. Things are getting closer and closer. Progress will be made this week, I guarantee it. If you want to join Scharpling's Army, you'll get a membership card when I get them ready. You'll get a membership card, you'll get a little, you'll get emails, you'll get all kinds of exciting stuff, and then we'll, like, put together, like, ice cream, sundae bars, and we'll go to movies and get bulk rates. It's going to be a lot of fun. The only way to get in on the action, though, the only way to join Scharpling's Army is to email Tom S. at WFMU.org and say, sign me up. We just got an email here from Thomas checking in, saying, I wish to enlist in your army, and it's not just because I'm also a Tom. Well, thank you, Thomas. You will be enlisted in Scharpling's Army. Information will reach you when it is made available to everyone. You know what else I wanted to talk about tonight? I mean, it's exciting I have a guest, Kendrick Martin, is going to be on the show. But I went to the movies on Friday, and I saw a film called Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And I'm here to tell you that this might be the worst film of 2001. This from the guy who saw American Pie 2. From the guy who saw Osmosis Jones. From the guy who saw America's Sweethearts. From the guy who saw The Animal. From the guy who saw Freddy Got Fingered. From the guy who saw The Adventures of Joe Dirt. I'm ready to say that Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is the worst movie of 2001. In case you have some sort of physical disorder where you cannot attend a movie that will make you laugh, where if you laugh, your life is put into a state of jeopardy. Unless you are suffering from that condition, then I recommend you avoid Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And I would have to say that its creator, Kevin Smith, might be the most overrated director in all of show business. And that's right, we talked about it a few years ago. We tonight are going to do Overrated, Underrated. Whatever you think is overrated, whoever you think is overrated, or whoever you think is underrated, whatever you think is underrated. 201-200-9368 is the number to voice your opinion. I say Kevin Smith, overrated. Channel 5 newsman John Rowland, underrated. Robert Downey Jr. Overrated. Actor Steve Zahn. Underrated. New York Yankees manager Joe Torre. Overrated. New York Knicks coach Jeff Van Gundy. Underrated. Actor Robert De Niro. Overrated. Survivor host Jeff Probst. Underrated. Dennis the Menace. Overrated. Garfield. Underrated. Where do you stand on this, people? This is your time. Let your opinions be heard. Overrated, underrated. We just got an email coming in from Mr. Jason saying, sign me up in Scharpling's army. Nice call, friend. Overrated, underrated. It's what we're talking about tonight. Basketball, quote-unquote, superstar. Scottie Pippen. Overrated. New York Knicks forward Kurt Thomas. Underrated. Come on. Overrated, underrated. Who else can I overrate or underrate? Gary Condit. Overrated. Lizzie Grubman. Underrated. Actor Owen Wilson. Underrated. See, I mixed up the overrated, underrated. Newsman Chuck Scarborough. Overrated. Actor, comedian John Leguizamo. Overrated. WFMU's own Black Ops. Underrated. Overrated, underrated. The underrated, overrateds will get more shocking as the show continues. If you want to join in, you know the number, 201-200-9368. We're going to get back to the music in a moment. WFMU's own Hova. Overrated. Overrated, overrated. You and your stupid fan club, Hova's Heroes. Let me tell you what this guy had the nerve to do. I listened to his program the other day because he does a good show. So I'm listening to it. I call him to say hello. He takes that phone call and twists it to say that I called to apologize. I did nothing of the sort. WFMU, you're on the air.
I got a overrated, underrated.
All right.
Overrated, the New York Times. Underrated, Jim Watkins of Channel 11 News.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's Overrated, Underrated Tuesday on WFMU. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, I've got an overrated, underrated for you.
Okay.
Overrated, actress Kirsten Dunst. Underrated, pit bulls.
Pit bulls are underrated?
Yep.
I applaud you for
Thanks.
that. Do you have a pit bull?
We have one, yeah.
How old?
He's 9. His name's Cracker.
And he's very well behaved, isn't he?
He's the most well-behaved dog ever.
They're the greatest dogs ever.
He's looking at me now. He's thanking me.
See?
Yep.
These people who badmouth pit bulls. See, I have a mix.
Oh, you do?
At home. Part pit bull, part something else.
Mm-hmm.
And what a great dog. The best dog ever.
Yeah.
Is my dog. Better than Cracker, I have to say.
Well, you haven't met Cracker, but...
Here we go. How about this? Cracker. Overrated. My dog, Eggy.
Well, you're the one with the dog on the radio. So I think you have the overrated dog.
My dog is underrated.
Nobody's even heard of Cracker yet. How could he be overrated? I got you there.
I say you are overrating Cracker right now.
Okay.
Well, thank you for calling.
I'll give you that one. No
Okay.
problem.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Later in the program, voiceover legend Kendrick Martin will be calling in. We will be doing more overrated, underrated throughout the show. And now, I'm about to play a band that is underrated. The Cuts. Although if people on the station keep playing it, it will be overrated. But right now it qualifies as underrated. Everybody stay tuned for The Cuts right now on WFMU.
time mess we're in. No pulse to speak of, just a thread that threats to break. We're clinging to. Haven't you read the script we're supposed to stick to? I know she stole the scene for a week or two, but it isn't. In my kisses, isn't in my arms around you. You fill the screen, hold my gaze. My mind can't tell you, and even though the lips can't know the words, my eyes will shine your name. My eyes will shine your name. While the silences grow, drown out the TV, freeze the space between us. Nothing goes, said or unsaid. Nothing grows, but we can bring this thing back on course. Go back to the start. To the spark. And even if my mind can't tell you, and even though the lips can't know the words, my eyes will shine your name. My eyes will cry your name. And even if my mind can't tell you, lips can't know the words, my eyes will shine your name. My eyes will cry your name. Even though I can't tell you. about the mess we're in, what the three deadly seas for me and you. They tell you things that all make sense, but we forget as soon as we leave our tiny rooms. We all have faith that Captain Kirk will save us on a wet Sunday afternoon. Come soon. Cars and chainsaws, too many children. All of these judges hell-bent on conception. Making pointless changes when every child emerging from its cozy womb finds a world that's under too much pressure and there's less and less room. Don't breathe, don't breathe, don't do it.
All right, hey, this is WFMU. My name's Tom Scharpling, and you are listening to WFMU East Orange, WXHD Mount Hope worldwide on the World Wide Web at WFMU.org. This is the best show on WFMU. My name is Tom Scharpling, here until 11. We are awaiting later in the program a special appearance from my guest Kendrick Martin, who is a voiceover legend, and he will be calling in to promote his new book, My Life in the Booth. We are also doing Overrated, Underrated. People emailing Tom S. at WFMU.org with their votes. And if you want to email Tom S. at WFMU.org, you can do an Overrated, Underrated. You can join Scharpling's Army. Or you can do both. Or you can call in at 201-200-9368. And do likewise on the air. Let's see. Christopher emailing and saying, Radiohead, overrated. Let's see, he actually listed a few things. Let me go to it here. It's his full overrated, underrated list. Radiohead, overrated. Smith's guitarist Johnny Marr, underrated. New Jersey Devils goaltender Martin Brodeur, overrated. Former L.A. King and current Maple Leaf defenseman Aki Berg, underrated. The Internet, underrated. These are Christopher's ratings, by the way. MP file sharing applications, overrated. The Palace Brothers, overrated. Rock music, underrated. Very interesting. Other people checking in with some overrated, underrateds. Let's see. Jason emailing in saying, free time, overrated. And free time, underrated. Very interesting, Jason. A nice twist. Jason also saying, whomever, the word whomever, is underrated. For example, tell us whoever you think is overrated should be whomever you think. Hey, you're correcting me. So everybody, tell me whomever you think is overrated or whomever you think is underrated. 201-200-9368, the number. Tom S. at WFMU.org, the email address. It is Open Phone Tuesday here on the best show on WFMU. Let's go over the music we just heard. Graham Downs, from his albums, the former leader of the Verlaines, checking in with his new solo album, Hammers and Anvils, put out by the people at Matador. We heard Cattle, Cars, and Chainsaws. The Clean before that from the album Getaway, which is a great album on the Merge label. We heard Jala. Good stuff from The Clean. The Clean, underrated. Before that, Montgolfier Brothers on the Pop Tones label, who put out a lot of stuff, Pop Tones. Slow down, Pop Tones. Come on, Alan McGee. The song from the album 17 Stars was Even If My Mind Can't Tell You. And starting us off, the Cuts, from their self-titled CDR, we heard Say My Name. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, I'm calling to say that something is overrated, and that's that person who corrected your grammar earlier today.
Really?
Wrong. It's whoever.
It's whoever, not whomever.
Yes.
So you are saying that their assumed knowledge of the English language, overrated.
Well, would you say that this is... I don't know what I'm saying, but you're saying that it is, so of course it's whoever. It's not whomever. It's the subject.
Okay, you have to help me out. I'm stupid.
So am I, but I just know this.
Now, who would you say is underrated?
That person is overrated. I don't know if there are any underrated counterparts.
Uh-huh. How about in the field of television? What do you think is overrated on television?
I don't know.
What's a show you can't stand that everybody likes?
I can't think of one.
How about music? Who's overrated? You can tell me.
I can't think of anything now. I'm sure that that when I hang up the phone, I will think of lots of things.
You know what you do then? You call back?
Good idea.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good night. 201-200-9368 is the number. Overrated, underrated. Speaking of the Cuts, Their song, Say My Name, underrated. Destiny Child's song, Say My Name, also underrated. We got an overrated coming in. Billy checking in. Saying, sex, overrated. Masturbation, underrated. That's not me, that's Billy. Oh, Billy, come on, Billy. That's not healthy. (201-200-9368) is the number. If you've got your overrated or underrated, now is the time to call. Later in the program, we will be joined by my guest, Kendrick Martin. Oh, let me just read something somebody else emailed me. John, a very nice email from John saying, let's see. He says he's entertained every week by the show. He's joining Scharpling's army. Thank you, sir. And if you want to join Scharpling's army, the exciting club that we're starting, all you have to do is email thomas@wfmu.org, and you can get in on the action. Let's see. What's another overrated, underrated? Let's see. Somebody said about the, they said the New York Times overrated before. I'm going to say the New York Times overrated. The New York Post underrated. The department store Macy's overrated. However, Lord and Taylor underrated. Tony Randall, underrated. Jack Klugman, overrated. Barnes and Noble, underrated. Borders Books, overrated. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hey, Tommy, it's Doug.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Would you have an overrated, underrated for us?
Oh, I've got several. I've got so many I could fill up your whole show, but I won't.
Well, let's have them.
The Strokes, overrated.
Really?
Rye Coalition, underrated.
So you're saying the Strokes now are overrated?
The Strokes are very overrated at this point because, do you need explanations for this, or?
Yeah, why don't you explain it to people listening? And by the way, I should say, this is Doug from WFMU. You can catch his show on Sunday nights / Monday mornings from 3 until 6.
Yeah, I won't be on the air actually until September 9th, but
So catch the fall season.
yeah, exactly.
It's new to you.
Yeah, we got reruns right now, but It'll be hot once the fall rolls around.
All right. So why are the Strokes overrated?
I think the Strokes are overrated probably just because of the British music press and everything I've been seeing there. They're nothing more than a really good pop band, I think.
Mm-hmm.
They have 11 good songs, and people are making them out to be a lot more than they actually are.
All right. Now who or what is underrated? Rye Coalition, you said.
Rye Coalition is underrated. I just saw them on Saturday night, and they tore it up. They were better than they've ever been before.
All right.
And, it was quite a shock to see them in this condition 8 years into the game.
Now why don't you give us another?
Let's go for television. Futurama, underrated.
Okay.
Titus, overrated.
Do you only get Fox or something?
No, I don't.
Or you were just sticking with Fox programming?
If we can stick with Fox programming, I mean, they have plenty of over and underrated shows.
All right.
They're the most wildly divergent of any network, it seems.
All right. Okay, that's interesting. Give us another overrated, underrated.
Little League Baseball, overrated. Little League Hockey, underrated.
Nice. Nice.
eBay, overrated. Half.com, underrated.
Really? Half.com? You like Half.com?
I like Half.com because I can end up finding all of these books and major label albums that got deleted years ago for pennies on the dollar.
All right.
So that's kind of nice.
Well, your voice has been heard, my friend.
All right, Tommy.
Thank
keep
you
it
for
up.
calling. Okay, thanks.
See you around. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hello. WFMU, you're on the air. Hello.
Hello. Can you turn your radio down, please?
Okay.
Hello. Can you turn your radio down, please?
So, underrated?
Yes.
Art Tatum.
Art Tatum, underrated.
Yeah. And overrated, talk radio.
Talk radio, overrated. Like who, for example, is overrated?
All of them. I think it's a waste of time. They should play music.
Well, just name one. Name one that drives you nuts.
Yours.
Me?
You could be playing music.
How dare you? Get off my phone. You don't come into my house and say that. I could be playing music. What did I just play 25 minutes of? Oh, I guess I didn't play Graham Downs and the Clean and the Montgolfier brothers and the Cuts just a couple minutes ago. Oh, I guess I didn't do that. You are overrated, caller. You hear me? In fact, you know what? I am stripping you of any rating. You are unrated, which is the lowest of all possible ratings that anyone could ever hand out. You are unrated. Jason emailing back in, the person who corrected me for whomever says, this woman who called and rated him, he says, she admits that she's stupid and she's rating me. Your sentence was, saying that my sentence was, you tell us whoever is underrated, the you, which was omitted, but understood was the subject, making whomever the proper word. Jason fighting back. Hey, last week everybody talked about drugs, and that got kind of boring pretty fast. But you know what? If we talk about grammar tonight, that will make me just beg for calls from people who are high, which I am not doing. I am not begging for those calls tonight. I condemn drug use in all forms and ways. And I want my audience to be clean. And I want you all to live a long time so that you can Stay enrolled in Scharpling's army. 201-200-9368 is the phone number to get in on the action. Later in the program, Kendrick Martin will be joining us, famous voiceover artist Kendrick Martin, promoting his book, My Life in the Booth. But right now, we are talking about overrated, underrated. Hotmail. Overrated. MSN chat rooms. Underrated. The old mink lungs. Overrated. The new mink lungs. Underrated. Vinyl albums and 7 inches. Overrated. It's time to end that that format. It's over. Overrated, that is. Compact discs, underrated. High school. Overrated. Kindergarten. Overrated. Middle school. Underrated. Mini discs. Overrated. Digital audio tape. Underrated. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, I think I might have to turn my radio down.
Okay, why don't you do that?
Okay, hold on a second.
Preparing to call a talk show. Always underrated. The proof is in the pudding.
Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Okay, I was saying, I think that television in general is overrated.
Okay.
But pornography, on the other hand, is underrated.
You say television is overrated.
Entirely.
But pornography is underrated?
Yes.
Now, how old are you, if I may ask?
15.
15? You are not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Well, are you a boy or a girl?
I'm a girl.
No, you can't look at pornography.
Says who?
Says me. I'm an adult. Stop it.
All right, whatever.
Wait till you're old enough.
Old enough to look at things?
Yes.
What are you like pro-censorship?
No, I'm not pro-censorship. What are you? Look, I can't even have this conversation. I'm not going to contribute to the corruption of some kid. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I have 2 sets of over and underrated.
Okay.
Overrated, Coca-Cola.
All right.
Underrated, Royal Crown Cola, RC.
Okay.
And overrated, Ho-Hos. Underrated, Twinkies.
You actually think Twinkies?
Yes, because they're so unhealthy, and people say they have a shelf life of like 3 years, and I actually think, even though they're pretty popular, I think they're actually somewhat underrated, because they're kind of passé now.
Okay.
But I don't know. I have to give the Twinkies their due.
All right. Well,
I went on a limb on that one.
You are taking a chance on that one.
Yeah. All right.
Well, thank you for calling.
Good
I do
show.
have to. Well, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. I do believe my guest is actually on the phone. Let's bring this up. We should be joined by voiceover legend Kendrick Martin. Welcome to the program, Kendrick.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
This is Tom. Is this Kendrick?
No, it's not. This is Tony. Tony DiBenedetto is his engineer.
You're Kendrick's engineer?
Yeah, I'm a sound guy.
Okay.
How
can I help you, Tony?
What's that?
Well, what can I do for you? Are you setting
I'm
up?
calling for the setup. I thought Kendrick went over this with you. I guess not.
No.
I thought we need to do. We need to set this up. Get the. Make sure we got the ISDN all set up to go, so we can give you a nice sound for Kendrick.
Well, we don't have an ISDN here, Tony.
You don't?
No, this is just a radio station board.
You don't have an ISDN?
No, it's usually just with guests. It's usually just a straight call in.
All right. Well, I was under the impression that we were going to do this digital. That's what Kendrick wants. He wants the best sound quality. What do you guys have? Can you give me the specs on your board?
I'm not a technician, really. I mean, it's just a straight 12-channel board. I mean, it's the calls come in and we just pot them up.
What about your engineer? Can he help me out?
I don't have an engineer here either.
You don't have an engineer?
Well, I'm engineering the board. I mean, I just.
All right. Yikes. Well, I mean, Kendrick really wants digital on this. I don't know what to tell you. I guess what I can do is.
We do not have the capacity for that. I mean, that's
right. Let me think for a second.
Okay.
I guess. I guess what I can do is I can try to make some adjustments on my end, and I'll do the best I can to give you the best sound quality possible. I can't make any guarantees if it's not going to be digital. You might not get the best sound from Kendrick, but
okay. I mean, it's fine by me.
I guess if you're okay with that, I don't know. I guess I need to talk to Kendrick, and I need to go over my board, and I'll see what I can do if that's all right.
Please. I mean, I want you guys to be happy with it, obviously, but it's really just a pretty basic setup on our end.
You can't give me any info? What's the board? Who makes it? I just want to get as much info from you so I can make the adjustments on my end.
Well, I guess it's got a radio systems shell on it. It's just a regular 12-channel board. We're just, with 2 open phone lines.
Right.
It's pretty.
I just don't want Kendrick to flip out when he hears this news. That's all. So I just want to do everything. He's going to be down to like 5. I would say I just want to do everything I can to make sure that he's okay when he gets into the studio and when he gets in front of the mic.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to cover both of our butts here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just, I'd like him to be as happy as possible. It's just, again, it is like a relatively,
I got you.
Not low tech, but just we're not digital for phone, hookup.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I will. What's your name again?
Tom.
You're Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on one second. Let me get a pen. All right, Tom. I am gonna do what I can, and we'll get back to you when Kendrick gets down to the studio. All right?
Okay, I appreciate it.
Okay, great.
Well, thanks a lot.
Sure.
Okay, bye. Okay, so we're just Well, I guess it's a little more technical than I thought on their end. It's kind of a, I mean, it's just a call-in show. The email address is toms@wfmu.org, and I guess we are awaiting my guest, Kendrick Martin, who's a voiceover legend and has a book out called My Life in the Booth. So we can, hopefully he can be accommodated by this. I'm a little over my head right now, actually, so to tell you the truth. Hopefully there's a call coming in now. Let's hope this is Kendrick and we can just do the interview on a straight line. toms@wfmu.org is the phone number. It's the email address. If you have an overrated, underrated, that's the place to email. And if you want to join Scharpling's army, just email toms@wfmu.org and say, I'd like to enlist. Now I see Jason, the person who's been going back and forth with the grammar issues, says to me, if we talk about grammar, I will begin to take calls. He's quoting me. He says that should be, if we talk about grammar, I would begin to take callers. Well, you know what, Jason? I can tell you, you spelt the word grammar wrong, okay? So before we get into the construction of sentences, how about we get into the spelling of words? Grammar is not Grammer, okay? So, we're all human, guy. Before you get ready, he said he couldn't resist. Well, you know what? I couldn't resist either. You're not that good of a speller. Okay. All right, let's see. WFMU, you're on the air.
This is Tom.
Yes.
Tom, it's Tony DiBenedetto over here. How you doing?
All right, thanks. Good.
So I've talked to Kendrick.
Mm-hmm.
And, he didn't seem too thrilled about the situation, but I think he'll be all right. And I'm still making some adjustments here on my end. I think it'll give you a reasonable sound quality over there. So he's on his way down. I got him on the intercom. He's going to be down in a couple minutes. So
okay.
I guess we'll just see how it sounds. We'll do our best over here. That's all I can tell you.
Hey, just 1 second. On my end, Dave, I just have to get my guy set here. Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Let me just...
What's that? Yeah, go ahead. Derek,
Let me just... hold on just 1 second. Okay, we're just trying to get things set up on our end here.
No problem.
Okay. So, Kendrick is on his way?
Pardon me?
Kendrick is on his way?
Yeah, he's here. He's in the booth. Yeah, I think he's ready to go.
Okay, so I guess we are going to try to patch him in? Or what?
Great. Can you hold on 1 second?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's that? You can't hear me? All right, we're just having a couple TDs over here. Just give us a sec, I guess, on our end too, Tom.
Okay, absolutely. We are awaiting my guest, Kendrick Martin, who is a author. He's a famous voiceover artist, and he has a book out called My Life in the Booth. So Okay, but...
Tom?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just making sure you're still there.
Okay. Okay, I'm still here.
I'm still here too, Tom.
So we're awaiting Kendrick.
You guys should check out some ISDN stuff. It's great. I mean...
Yeah, I mean, it's
that's
something...
what I would recommend for your studio. You know, that's something you can deal with later, but this thing could have been like lickety-split 1, 2, 3, ready to go.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it's
your
just...
sound quality is going to be just like crystal clear. It's beautiful.
Uh-huh. Well, it's something I kind of, we kind of are hoping to get, I guess, at a point,
Right.
but right now it's obviously a little...
Right,
out of
sure.
our-
Right now I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you the best I can do. Maybe we'll do some stuff on the fly.
Okay.
Kendrick's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
But, once again, he wants to give you his best. We want to give you our best. So that's the only thing.
Okay. I mean, I appreciate that. It's just the technical stuff is not our, not always our forte here in a way. It's, I just, So, how are we doing there?
You talking to me or your guy?
I'm trying to talk. I guess I'm talking to you.
We got Kendrick down here.
Okay. So we're trying to punch him up? So Kendrick is he in a booth now?
He's in the sound booth.
Okay.
I am behind my board. I'm looking at him right now. Well, I'll tell you, he is he's not have a happy face on right now. I can tell you that right now.
Okay.
He can't hear me right now, so
Mm-hmm.
as long I don't want to ruffle his feathers, but Tom. Give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna I'm gonna talk to him in the booth.
Okay.
Kendrick, how you doing in there? What's that? Waiting on the phone patch. They're trying to get you through, so just be patient. You're doing great. We're going to have you up in a sec, all right? I know. That's my fault. I mean, I shouldn't have called you down until we were all set to go, but I'll take responsibility for that. What's that? No, there's no ISDN, remember? It's going to be fine. Sorry, Tom.
Oh, please, let's... So, how long are we getting until we get the patch brought up here?
You asking me or your guy?
I don't have a guy. I'm asking you.
Hold on 1 sec, Tom.
Okay.
What's that, Kendrick? Waiting for the phone patch. Yep. How long do you think there, Tom? I got to give Kendrick a ETA.
Well, you know what? Maybe it's best if I clear the lines and can you call back and then we'll try to put it back through?
You want me to hang up and call you back?
Yes.
Yeah, let's try that. I mean, whatever you think is going to work best.
Sure, let's try that.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Okay, we're awaiting Kendrick Martin. This hopefully will be pretty good. I hope. Okay, hello.
Did you see what I was doing over here? Pretending to hold a button.
Okay, hello? Are we getting, waiting, I guess, Tony or Kendrick now, so let's hope we can get this, my call screeners. Is this it?
It should be line 8.
Okay, let's try to...
Hello?
Hello?
Tom.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
This is Tony.
Tony.
How you doing?
Okay, I got you on now. Okay, so if we want to patch Kendrick up, I tried to reconfigure it here a little bit. I mean,
okay,
as best as I could.
Right.
So I've got you. I don't have Kendrick, though.
Well, I got to tell you, we're all set to go here. We're just waiting for you guys to patch them through.
Okay, let's see. I'll try to patch. Hello?
I still got nothing, Tony, so...
I think we got it now.
Am I hearing? Yeah? Hello?
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 Tony, are you... I'm not hearing you.
Tom, can you hear that?
I can hear you.
I can hear both of you.
You can hear both of us.
Yes.
It's like a sauna in here, Tony, so... You turn on the air, please.
Kendrick, I think we're all set. I mean, can you hear Tom in your end, Kendrick?
Who am I talking? I hear you, Tony.
Can you hear Tom? Tom, can you talk
Tony?
to Kendrick?
Tom.
Okay, Kendrick, can you hear me?
Tom, the host?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, well, I want to welcome to the program...
Thank you.
Kendrick Martin, the voiceover artist.
Thank you. I understand we don't have an ISDN set up. You're still with us? You're still with me, Tony?
Yeah, right here.
Okay, good. I'm definitely getting a little tinniness in the cans.
I'm working on that right now.
Okay.
Well, it's great to have you on the show, Kendrick. I appreciate it. You have a...
Definitely still a little bit tinny.
Right. I'm making the adjustments right now, Kendrick. Okay, it might take a couple minutes.
I can hear Tom. I can hear you, Tom, fine.
You can hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay.
Just worried about Tony on how we sounding on our end.
Sounding good over here, right?
Like I said, it's a broiler in here. Could you definitely turn on the air? I hope that won't affect the sound.
I'm going to get you some water also.
Thanks. Give me a hot water, too, would you, Tony?
Do you want a hot water and a cold water?
Hot water, cold water. Hot water with lemon, please.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Tom.
Oh, please. Well, it
seems to be a little bit of a technical glitch.
Well, it's you know, that stuff kind of will play itself out, hopefully, but it's exciting to have you.
Yeah, we've just, I thought we were doing ISDN. That threw me for a loop, but no big deal. Tony?
Yeah.
We're good? Still getting the tinniness.
Right. I am working on that.
And Tom is very low in the cans as well.
Okay. Give me 1 sec.
So if you could push up. Now I'm hearing only on the left. I'm hearing
hold
you,
on.
Tom. I'm going to have to ask you to speak.
Tom, can you go ahead and say something to Kendrick? I want to check these levels.
Well, my guest is Kendrick Martin, the voiceover...
yeah, just coming in on the left side, Tony. I hear
hold on a second, Tom.
I hear you on both sides. I hear... What was his name again?
Tom.
Tom. I hear Tom on the left side. I'm hearing you in both.
Tom, can you give us that intro again? How's this, Kendrick?
We have on the show Kendrick Martin, the voiceover artist, who has a book out called My Life in the Booth.
Kendrick, how is that? Can you hear Tom in both ears?
Yeah, I'm a little low on his. I'm a little low on his end. Now I'm hearing you again. I'm hearing you fine. I don't have the left-right problem.
But Tom is low?
How about, okay, do you
No,
want me
now
to keep talking?
You, Tom. I got you, Tom.
Okay.
Tony, how am I sounding?
You're sounding great.
Great. All right.
Well,
I'm cutting in and out now, Tony.
All right, just keep going. I'm going to make some adjustments here.
Yeah.
This is going to be on the fly.
Maybe it's my plug-in. Should I check it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. What am I on, 1 or 2, Tony?
You're on 1.
That's what I thought. It levels all the way up.
Why don't you drop it down a notch or 2?
Yeah. I don't know how that's going to affect. Is that going to affect my voice at all?
No. It's just going to be the sound quality for your cans.
I got it on 8 now. That's good for me.
Mm-hmm. How's that sounding? Good?
That sounds. I mean, I'm
Let me know if it's not. I'm just going to be constantly making adjustments in here.
Okay.
We are joined by...
I just don't want to come off sounding... sounds like I'm going in and out, so...
The sound that you're hearing, Kendrick, is not necessarily the sound quality going over the air. It might be just fine.
You think so? I don't want to take a risk on...
Right. I mean, I'm still making the adjustments. You know,
I just got to know then on Tom's end whether I'm cutting in and out.
No, it's
You're hearing me fine. Is that right, Tom?
We're getting a straight signal from you, yes.
I'm getting a uncomfortable look from Tony, though, so I don't know.
It sounds fine on my end.
Okay.
If there's anything you need to let me know as well, you can just...
Let me just give a level check here.
Anytime, okay?
Let me give a level check, Tony, for you, just so I know.
Tom, can you give us a second to do a level check over here?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
One,
hold on.
two.
This is Kendrick Martin.
Level check.
WFMU sound check.
Level check 1, 2. Summer solstice. Summer solstice. Summer solstice. Solstice. Summer. How's that sounding, Tony?
That's sounding real good.
Good.
Tom, how's that for you guys?
I'm gonna need that water now, Tony.
That sounds fine on our end.
Summer. We good, Tony?
Yeah.
Summer solstice. Quid pro quo. Quid.
Tom.
Yes.
Tom, if you need anything from me, I'm going to be away for a minute or two. I got to get some water for Kendrick. Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll start
Tony,
the interview.
Before you do that, I'm definitely going in and out. So let me give you another check on that.
All right. Let's do a check.
Summer solstice. Summer solstice. Quid pro quo. Quid pro. You giving me the thumbs up, Tony?
Yeah, sounds good in here. How's your can?
Pro
Good.
quo. Still a little bit tinny.
It sounds good on our end.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the plug-in, Tony. I'm a little worried about that. I'm sorry, Tom. This is
Please, you sort of...
This is a new home studio for me, so we're still working out the kinks.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick, I'm going to get you that water, and I'm going to come in the booth and check the plug-in there, okay?
Okay, I would appreciate that, Tony. Thank you.
So in the meantime, we could... why don't we...
I'm going to check one more time, Tony, before you do that, just so you know you're getting a level. Quo vadis. Quo vadis. Quo vadis. Bemelmans bar. Bemelmans bar. That's good, right? He's coming in with the water now, Tom.
Great.
I'm here. Yeah.
Go, Ken. Let me check the plug-in.
Yeah, right? Thank you. It is broiling in here.
I'm working on that. How's that?
Oh, I got a pop.
How is that?
Is that good or not good? I don't think that's good. Yeah, I'm definitely popping now. I'm popping on the left. Check the phones, would you, Tony?
Yep.
Hold on one second, Tom.
Okay.
I'm sweating like a pig here, too, Tony. Yeah.
I should say we are joined...
I hear that. I think I might have an idea. Let me
Okay.
check. Right?
Why don't you give me the Sennheisers and I'll switch it up.
All right.
I should say we're joined by...
What is it, Sennheiser or Sennheiser, Tony? It's a Sennheiser. I don't even know what I'm working with.
We're joined by Kendrick Martin, who's a famous voiceover.
I know. I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't mean to.
That's all right. No, please.
This is definitely a little bit. We're definitely a little screwy here.
Mm-hmm.
I just set up the studio about 2 months ago, Tom, and when.
So it's a new. What is it? New home studio, or?
Yeah, I'm working out of the home now. I live up in Monroe, New York. Just built a new place.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm getting the pop. Definitely still getting the pop. Even when every time I talk, Tony's back on the board. So
Tom?
Yes?
Hey, it's Tony. I'm just want to let you know that I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah, the tinniness is definitely gone, though. But I'm definitely getting a pop in and out. That's either static or it's a product of the non-digital connection.
Yeah, it could be one or the other. It could be both.
This is ironic because
I'll check in there.
Today we just did that WorldCom spot about about digital connections.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe that's something we should look into on our end. But,
it's possible. I was expecting ISDN. I always work that way.
With radio, I mean, we're not set up for that. It's like a standard.
I would think a radio station would have a digital line, whatever.
So Kendrick, it's thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, good. So Tony, we're definitely down now.
Yeah, I think we're good over here. I mean, if you want to,
carrot cake. Are you getting? I'm definitely getting hot spots on the K's.
Why don't you back off just a hair?
Right. Maybe
back off. I mean, we'll make some adjustments. Back off a hair.
All right.
See if that helps.
Carrot cake. Portmanteau. portmanteau.
That sounded good. Tom, how's those? Are those K's popping too much for you guys?
Popping on
it sounds fine on our end.
I don't know what it's like on the level on the board there, Tony, but the K's are popping. Claire de Lune.
You know what? Try dropping your headphones level down.
Colo rectal. Yeah, I'm popping on the. Jeez, why don't you tone me down?
I just want to say we have Kendrick Martin, the voiceover
how's that?
legend, and we should be doing an interview momentarily.
Let me give another check on that, Tony. Gold, standard, gold.
Sounding good.
Gold, yeah, it's fine on the softs, but it's definitely popping on the hards.
On the hards?
Yeah. I'm doing fine on, if it's a summer solstice. But
right.
Then I go.
That sounds real nice.
Then I go into world calm. You hear that? That could be my level.
I think that could. You got to check your level again because it sounded real nice in here. And Tom, you said that sounds nice on your end, right?
To tell you guys the truth, it sounds great on our end.
I just want to make sure this is perfect. I mean, I'm definitely getting a pop on the K's, and I think I'm on 8.5, Tony. I don't know. My hands are tied on this one.
Why don't you drop that down to a 7? I think we'll be good.
This water is lukewarm, Tony. That's all right. No big deal. Anyway.
Well, thank you, Kendrick Martin, for coming on the program.
Yep.
You have a book out which is called My Life.
In the Booth.
And
I'm cutting in and out again, Tony. God damn it. All right. I don't know what. You say I'm sounding fine. I hear Tom okay.
You're sounding real good in here.
You're low in my cans.
I'm low?
Yeah.
How's Tom?
Okay, hello.
Yeah.
My guest, Kendrick Martin, on the show.
No, he's cutting
Kendrick Martin.
He's cutting in and out now. I wish to God we were doing this ISDN, Tony.
Right, I know, Kendrick, but we're not. We're doing the best we can. I think it's probably, sounding all right, all things considered.
It sounds...
Tom has given us a thumbs up on his end.
The God's honest truth
is still the case?
Sounds great on our end.
Okay.
I mean, if
Kendrick, it's sounding good over there.
I know, but everything...
I'll tell you what I can do is call...
Everything on the hards is popping for me, so that's making me uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, Kendrick,
like
honestly,
I said,
it sounds
Tom,
great.
we just built this home studio, and we're still working out the kinks, like I said, but we're trying as best we can.
Sure.
We didn't have this problem this morning with WorldCom, did we, Tony?
No, it was great.
Yeah.
It was a great spot.
It was a great
really
spot.
Fantastic.
That worked out well. Tom, by the way, that was our first spot here in the studio, and
well, congratulations.
Set that up. Welcome to WorldCom. Welcome to the digital generation. Welcome to Generation D. See, even when I do it now, Tony, I'm not hearing good. I'm not hearing. I mean, I'm not sounding good to me even when I do the WorldCom.
I should say my guest is Kendrick Martin, the voiceover legend, who has a book out called My Life in the Booth.
I'm going to switch up the cans then, I guess, Tony. Is that all right?
All right. Yeah.
And we're waiting, I guess, to...
Just give us a sec, Tom. We're going to switch headphones.
Okay.
Kendrick, go ahead. Tom, I'll tell you, if you ever want to come up to visit the studio, I'd be happy to show you around.
Hold on a second.
I'd love to see.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to go out to Tony and pick up the new headphones. Okay. So I'm coming out, Tony.
All right.
My guest is Kendrick Martin, the voiceover artist, and he has a book out called My Life in the Booth, and hopefully we'll actually get to interview him at some point.
Hold on one sec, Tom, okay?
Okay.
Why don't you try these grottos? Hold on one sec, Tom.
Okay.
There you go. We're going to try a couple other sets of headphones. Maybe that's going to help him out a little bit. If he's comfortable in the booth, that's going to give you the best interview possible. So, just bear with us. We're really, we're working on the fly. Tom?
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay.
We might have lost Kendrick for a sec.
Okay.
But like I was saying, if you want to come up, I'd be happy to show you the studio up here. It's beautiful up here. We got a really, really nice setup. it's some things, if you want to think about for your studio, I'd be more than happy to.
Okay, do we have Kendrick? You back yet?
Kendrick is telling me he's totally out. He's not hearing anything.
Kendrick? Do we have Kendrick?
I'm not hearing him.
Okay.
I'm hearing you still just fine.
You got me.
Right. And you're saying we're sounding good on your end, right?
It sounds great on our end.
Right.
I can't hear. I'm still.
I'm hearing Kendrick. Are you hearing?
I hear Kendrick now too.
I got you.
Kendrick, can you see me? We got you back.
I got you. Yeah. I must have. I don't know what happened there. Tell me.
We got some extra headphones in the booth. Might have hit a couple wires or tripped over something. That's,
Okay.
let me get in there in a second. I'll clean that area up. All right, Kendrick.
Patch in. No, okay. We patch back in.
Well, we are joined.
I'm hearing a killer echo.
We are joined on WFMU by Kendrick Martin, the voiceover artist who has a book out called My Life in the Booth.
Tom, we're going to go ahead and just give this a shot. I think, we've done everything we can on this end, so...
Let me do another check, Tony, because I'm hearing like an echo.
All right.
I'm coming in twice. I hear me twice. I can't do that. Hello.
Hold on. Let me make a... Hold on. Give me a sec here.
Quid pro quo.
How's that sound?
Pro quo. I'm getting an echo, Tony.
It sounds great on our end. I don't hear any echo.
I'm getting quid. I'm doubling back.
Kendrick, it's your call. I mean, they say it's sounding good on their end. I've done some adjustments here. Do you want to give it a shot, or you want to keep adjusting?
To me, this is like crap. So I'm quid pro quo. I'm hearing double I'm getting a double back, and then I'm getting now the tinnitus.
Well, Tom seems to think that they're fine on their end.
I don't know. Maybe we should talk to his engineer then. Tony, you make the call on this one. I mean, I'm not happy.
I would say...
I don't know what are you doing? I mean, are you adjusting on our end?
Yeah, I am doing everything I can over here. I'm doing a lot of stuff.
Well, I can't sit here forever and double check my connection. All right, I'm boiling in here, so I still got no fan, Tony. So turn that on.
Kendrick, it sounds great on our end.
What's that? What did he say?
He's saying it sounds great on his end.
Well, now I'm losing him, Tony. I can
Me?
hear you fine.
Okay, do you want me to talk then, Tony?
I'm getting in and out on, what's his name?
His name is Tom. Can you hear me? His name is Tom.
Tony?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Tony?
I'm hearing you pretty good, Tom. Yeah.
Okay, but I guess Kendrick is losing me?
Tony, he's low in my cans. He's low.
Tom, I'm going to go into the studio for a second, all right?
I'm turning up my level, Tony. I'll see what I can do here. Gosh darn it. God damn it. All right.
Kendrick?
Yeah.
Kendrick?
Yeah, I'm hearing him. Tony.
Kendrick?
Hold on a second. Tom, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Tony's just going to make an adjustment in here again.
Let me just check a couple things over here.
Maybe we're going to have to switch up the cans again, Tony. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead and try the grottos, okay?
The grottos? You know I hate those.
I should say my guest is Kendrick Martin, the voiceover...
I know, but those are killer on my head. Those are too tight for me, Tony.
The voiceover artist, Kendrick Martin, who has a book out called My Life in the Booth, which...
That's hopefully what I wanted to plug here and talk about, although it's definitely not sounding good here, Tom. So
I mean, can I ask you a quick question?
This could be a wash for me. I don't know about Tony is...
Well, I mean...
I'm still pretty confused as to what's going on here, but I'll sit here like a trooper, I guess, and wait till it works itself out.
Okay, so what made you...
Tom, it's Tony. I am back in the booth, just to let you know.
Okay, well, that's good. And, well, Kendrick, what...
So we're fine, Tony, now? Now we're okay, because I'm still getting... I just switched to the grottos. I'm still getting the same... I'm getting like a dissonance. Like it's coming double back again, but not really double back the same way.
All right, let me check a couple things to see what I can do.
Well, Kendrick?
You know that digital thing we were talking about earlier, Tony?
Right.
Where I'm getting like a, not an echo, but it's, you know what I was telling you earlier.
Right.
But that was Pittsburgh, I think. That was the problem there when we had them on the line.
Tony?
Yeah.
I'm going to need another water, too, Tony.
It sounds fantastic on our end, seriously.
All right, Kendrick, why don't we go ahead and if you're up for it, they say it sounds great. I would say let's just give it a shot.
I can't take their word for it here, Tony. I'm looking at you here, so.
Right.
Well, Kendrick, so what led you to write a book about your experiences as a voiceover?
He's cutting in and out.
Hello?
I heard the last half of that, but he was cutting out in the front part.
Now, Kendrick, I was asking what led you to write a book about your voiceover experiences?
See, do you hear that?
That's popping for you? That's popping for you?
Definitely popping.
All right.
I'm too hot in here now, Tony. I'm going to have to step out. I'm sorry. I need 5 minutes.
All right, go ahead.
I'm dying in here.
Why don't you just crack the door a little bit?
We're joined by.
I'm not going to have a sound seal, so
why
don't I just step out? I'll come back in 2, and maybe we'll try this again. I'll call back, or you call back, and see if we can get a better connection.
Well, this is Kendrick Martin, the voiceover artist, who has the book out.
It's a damn shame, too, because we unplugged the book, right? So, I don't know. I'm pretty much in the dark here, Tony. We're going to have to call those people and check the booth. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
No, I'm waiting on. Tom, you still there?
Yes, Thomas, I'm still here.
I'm waiting on the Tony is telling me now that I'm getting definite level problems on our end.
Well, if you can
I'm
hear.
going to step out, and Tony said that's good. I'm going to step out for 5 minutes, and
go ahead.
Can try and call back or not. I don't know.
I mean, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, Tom.
I can hear you. So why don't I ask you? Why don't we try to at least get a question in?
But I'm not. I'm definitely not sounding the way I want to sound here.
It honestly sounds great on our end.
So what are we going to do here, Tony?
Kendrick, it's your call. If you're not comfortable, then what
am I looking like? Am I looking like I'm comfortable? I'm not.
No.
Let's give it another sound check, I guess, and then.
All right, Tom. We're going to give it one final sound check, and then we'll make the call from there.
I mean, is there anything I should do on my end to help? I mean,
I wish that that were a possibility. Summer solstice. Now my S's are gone. Now my voice is off here. Now I'm. It's been a long day, Tony. Huh? This started early this morning. Tom, I hope you're getting a glimpse into the life of a voiceover celebrity. I bet you are.
Well, it's. I guess we are in a manner of speaking.
Doesn't go as smooth as planned every time, I guess. Although it looks like we're dealing with some crappy equipment on your end.
Well, we pretty much have a straight 12-channel board, which is.
I've never been patched into a radio where I sound like this. This is a radio station, right?
But whatever you're hearing might be on your end. I know that.
I'm sounding all squeaky now, Tony. So I'm getting like a.
It honestly sounds great on our end, sir.
It sounds like crap on my end, Tom. So I don't know what to do here. And Tony, obviously you're.
Right. I mean, I feel I'm doing a lot of stuff here.
As to what's going on. So. And I'm like I said, I'm bragging here, so I'm going to step out. I guess we can either try this again at some other point, or we can. I'm going to have to call it right now, unless I can get out there, Tony, and then we can maybe start up again in 5 minutes. I don't know if that's going to help. I'm losing my voice here too.
Take a break then.
I'm spending all my energy arguing sound quality, which is not what I expected.
Well, don't blow it because we got a couple spots tomorrow. So, I mean, it's your call, though.
That's true.
We're joined by Kendrick Martin, the voiceover artist, who has a book out called "My Life in the Booth."
Sorry, what's on tap for tomorrow, anyway?
We have a Lipton iced tea, and we have an Arm & Hammer baking soda.
All right. What are we doing that book tomorrow?
What's that?
Can you hear me? I can't hear. I can barely hear you now, Tony.
I'm hearing you.
All right, I got you back. Are we doing that book thing tomorrow, the book reading?
No, that's Friday.
That's Friday.
Yeah.
What time?
Well, Kendrick.
3 o'clock.
Hello?
No.
Hello? Tony?
That's going to be a 3-hour thing, I bet, right?
Tony?
Yeah.
Honestly, Mr. Martin sounds great on my end. In terms of conducting a radio interview,
that thing is going to be fits on Friday. I can guarantee you that.
Right. Well, you know, I told him that. He's aware of that, but I think he's just uncomfortable.
Welcome to WorldCom. Welcome to the digital generation. Welcome to Generation D. It's not sounding nearly like it sounded this morning, Tony. Yeah.
Mr. Martin?
All right, I'm gonna step out then, Tony. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this, Tom. That's the way of the world. I don't know, Tony, but you work it out. I'll try and get back in at some point.
All right, so Tom, I guess we're gonna wrap it up.
I mean, off here.
What do you mean?
I got to step out anyway. This is driving me nuts. I'm actually starting to get a little. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, he's gonna. He's stepping out of the booth. So.
So what do you mean stepping out? Like not?
Yeah, I think he's done for the day. I mean, we can try, to do this later, but my guess is it's going to be more of the same. I don't know what else I can do as far as making adjustments. I just think he's uncomfortable and he wants to make sure you.
I swear it sounds great on our end. We do interviews all the time with all kinds of people, and they have no problem just doing it on a straight phone
Kendrick
line.
is in. We got to wrap some stuff. He just walked into the to the booth here. So no, you were fine. Tom, I got to go. I got to deal with some stuff here. We got some spots tomorrow, and I got to go get some water and some tea. So
are we going to try to do this again?
What's that?
Or what are you guys doing? You're going to come back?
I don't know. We can maybe try to do it if you want to do it next week, or you know what? I got to go, Tom. Really sorry, but maybe we'll try to do it again next week or something. We can maybe stop by. I can talk to you later. If you want to come up to the studio, we can figure something out.
Okay.
We're done for tonight.
Well, I appreciate you trying to do this, Tony. I mean, it's kind of a shame because
Kendrick really wants to promote the book. He'd love to be on again.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, hopefully we can set something up that'll work for both him and the station. Well, I appreciate
Thanks,
your
Tom.
effort.
I appreciate your help. Good. Hold on one second. Right. Okay, Tom.
I couldn't hear that.
He was saying something about the ISDN. I wouldn't worry about it. He's saying, if you get an ISDN set up for next week, we'll do it next week.
I couldn't guarantee we'd get one set up.
Right. All right. Well, he'd like to do the book again, so maybe we'll do it next week or something.
Okay,
Tom. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony.
Take care. Good luck over there. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that couldn't have gone less like it was supposed to go. I got to catch my breath here. Here's some music from the Von Bondies. You're listening to WFMU East Orange, WXHD Mount Hope, worldwide on the internet at WFMU.org. Oh yeah, that was Just the Four Corners from the album Satyr Scream. And coming at us now from the Elephant Dos Moluno compilation, Vertigo by the band Cooper on WFMU.
Se cansaba de girar y algo dentro de mi piel se estremeció. Debe ser tan normal como el miedo o el dolor, algo que te controla mejor.
Hey, WFMU. The best show on WFMU. My name's Tom Scharpling. Here with you until 11. Oh, we just heard from the band Cooper, a song called Vertigo, taken from the Elephant Dos Moluno compilation. compiling all kinds of Spanish pop music on the Elephant label. Before that, the Four Corners from their album Say You're a Scream, giving us the Pastel Queen, Compassionate Lotus Blossom of Immense Destruction on the Kinderchor label. The Resonators on Silk Breeze, before that, something new from them, featuring members of the Icky Boyfriends and Three Stoned Men. We heard Happy. Good stuff. The Witches, with a record called Universal Mall. We heard Devil Made 'Em Run from The Witches. And starting us off, the Von Bondies. Good stuff from them. They are from Detroit. Their album Lack of Communication on the Sympathy label. Available for consumption now, and we heard the title track. The phone number 201-200-9368. We're doing over, under, or whatever else you want to talk about tonight. 201-200-9368. WFMU, you're on the air.
Is this Tom?
Yes, it is.
Tom, I called a couple of weeks ago. We spoke over the air about a problem I was having at my job.
Okay, yes, you were very.
I wish I could reveal my name so that you would be more familiar with this situation, but I really wish to remain anonymous.
Okay, but you were very depressed, and you were being. You had been promoted. And your job, and you had been promoted over your coworkers to was it a management position or
office manager? Yes.
Okay, and you instantly incurred the disrespect of your coworkers.
Instantly, and the situation has gotten worse.
Well, it was very bad. The couple weeks ago when you called.
Yes, I don't know. They're still showing up to work half naked, and when it's not even worth it for me to bring up any kind of dress code issues. They just they'll come up to my desk and they'll do a motion at me. Have you the motion where you think somebody is about to pounce on you? They'll come up and do that to me. Or they'll again, as I said before, they'll look at me and dead in the eye and just say, "Bring it on."
In what way? Like to start fighting?
Yes.
And how do you respond to that?
I just cower. I just look down at my paperwork and continue to work.
Now,
I'm
sorry.
Go ahead.
Now, you had said that you were doing a lot of their work. Because they had slacked off. Is that still the case?
That's still the case, and also I thought of a good idea. Well, what I perceive to be a good idea to uplift the morale of the employees.
Okay.
Remember, I told you I tried to have a 4th of July barbecue, which just was a disaster. I tried to have that at my house, and that was a complete disaster. The employees' behavior was just really out of bounds. So I decided this time maybe I should just think of an event to keep it within the walls of the company so that it doesn't affect my family. Because I'm bringing enough of this job home with me every night.
Yeah, it sounded like at one point, I thought you had implied that someone had. Did they grope at
We'll call him John. He works in marketing. He had quite a bit to drink, and he made his way upstairs, and he began groping and propositioning my young daughter, who was just playing her PlayStation upstairs. Another thing, too, I listened to the rest of your show after I called, and a lot of your callers, or maybe a handful of callers, called in implying that my situation is some sort of a joke, that I'm calling up and this is some sort of a joke. I'm calling up because I mean you're a talk show host. I don't know what to do in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I wish it was a joke.
You know, for your sake, I wish it was also, because I to me the pain kind of comes through loud and clear that you're in.
Well, I hope so, because it's there. I thought that it might be a good idea to allocate a Friday, which are casual days anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Allocate a Friday to, also since it's the end of the summer, allocated Hawaiian Day.
Okay.
And have the employees dress up in wacky Hawaiian shirts and shorts and come to work, and we would have a potluck at work.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of companies do this type of thing.
Sure, as a way to kind of
yeah, it's just you know,
cut loose, I guess, or you know.
Yeah, just to loosen up the air around the office, which I don't know. A prison courtyard is looser than the air in my particular office, but I guess that's neither here nor there. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I have this. I put up flyers around the office. I sent emails out and about Hawaiian Day on the upcoming Friday, telling them they could wear their Hawaiian shirts and bring food from home, and we would all have a potluck and have a good time and take, an hour or two out of the afternoon away from work. Not that they're doing a lot of work, but away from work, and sit around and, chat and have a good time, just to bring the morale up around the office.
Sure.
Well, Terry in sales thought that it might be funny to go to a local McDonald's and buy about 5 or 6 Big Macs with everything on them and put them into a blender.
Uh-huh.
And basically liquefy them, pour them into a casserole dish, chill them overnight, and bring that as his potluck item.
Uh-huh.
I'm almost at the verge of tears talking about this.
So, which is not really, I guess it's not edible, really, is it? So he put like a frozen, liquefied, like a Big Mac soup kind of thing out as his potluck.
Yes.
And that just kind of, what did that put a...
Well, he announced what it was when he came into the room.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't trying to hide it. He thought it was funny.
Mm-hmm. Now, did that throw the whole event off, or was that...
Well, what he did next is oh God, this is hard. He forced me to eat it in front of the other employees.
Wait a minute. Now, when you say forced, how did he force you to eat it?
These are very intimidating people. My authority is lost on them. He's a bigger man than I am, and it's like the high school lunch table all over again. They're all cheering it on. I have no authority, yet I'm the office manager. He forced me to eat this Big Mac concoction casserole in front of the other employees. Tears were streaming down my eyes.
Well, why did you do it? How did he force you, though? Did he threaten, like, physical harm?
He had a can of mace, just like the other employee.
And what? He was going to actually spray it in your face if you didn't eat this thing or drink this thing.
Yes.
You have to get out of there. I mean,
well, the head office told me that I might be up for a raise soon, up to 21.5.
But that's not worth. That's not. You can go get a job that pays more than 21.5 for the hell that you're being put through. I mean, your family has been put in some sort of jeopardy. I mean, I can't understand how you could stay there.
Well, you probably know more about my family now than I do because they've kicked me out of the house.
You need to just.
I'm living in a Motel 6 because of my work situation.
Well, you really need to just, you know, kind of get your life back, you know? I mean, it's you can't work there anymore. I mean, if it's ruined your family life, how could you still work there?
I just don't want to go through the stress of trying to find another job.
I don't understand how that stress though would be worse than the stress that you're apparently going through with, like, getting assaulted or, you know, threatened and having your family leave you.
Hawaiian Day, it was a good idea.
It sounds like it was a good idea, yes. But
Richard showed up with. He was only wearing a sliced in half pineapple over his privates.
You have to get out of there for your own mental health. This is just not healthy for you to be there.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I need a really good motivational speaker is what I think I need to speak to these people. Kind of a scared straight type situation.
Mm-hmm.
I've been threatened with physical harm if I go to my boss. If I go to my boss who works off-site at another office. I've been threatened with physical harm. I was threatened with physical harm if I didn't eat that casserole.
You need to really look in the mirror and get out. I mean, just realize what you have to do. The long-term suffering is going to, you know, it's like short-term suffering versus long-term suffering.
I don't know. I just. I don't know what. Have you ever had to look for a job?
Sure.
I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, steady paycheck, and then, you know, then having to look for a job.
But at what cost, though? I mean, this is not normal. This is not a normal bad job that you've got. I mean, this goes far beyond the bounds of.
I get a discount at the Applebee's across the street from the office.
But is that worth it, though? For just the level of agony you're being put through?
I guess not. I don't know. My family won't even speak to me. I'm living in a Motel 6.
Well, I wish you the best. I mean, you just
cooking hash browns on a portable stovetop I've plugged into the wall.
I mean, what is there anything I can do to help?
I was wondering. I don't know. So your advice is just to go look for another job? That's horrifying.
I think you need to, though. I mean, well, if that's horrifying, what is the rest of the situation? That's horrifying too.
No, I'll tough it out for another couple of weeks and see what happens. Maybe they'll come around.
I mean, it sounds kind of futile in a way. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe they'll come around. I want to have faith in you know, I want to have faith in the human psyche that maybe they'll come around and they'll realize that I'm their boss.
Uh-huh.
And they'll begin to do their work, and I won't have to do all of their work, and they'll stop just taking their computers apart and putting food inside of the hard drives, inside of the CPUs, and I mean, as I said before, these are not stupid people. They're just doing it to undermine my authority.
Well, maybe you need to. I mean, when you started, did you take
the cleaning man? I think the cleaning man is selling drugs to them as well.
When you became the boss, I mean, did you take a position of authority, or did you take?
I'm their manager.
But did you
I was once a salesman, right? You know, a salesperson, right, sitting next to these people. These people were my contemporaries, and now I was promoted to a manager due to a lot of layoffs.
But what was the tone that you took, though, as their boss? I mean, did you open the door for them to behave this way?
No, I don't think so. I just delegated duties, delegated reports to be done. Immediately, the extreme insubordination began.
Well, I mean, if there's anything I can do, I mean, I'll
just look. You know, I'll tough it out a little bit. I'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks. This has been going on now for about 6 months.
Wow.
So maybe things over the next couple of weeks will turn around. And plus, my boss told me I might be up for a merit increase. So it's up to $21,500.
That's not that much money for the amount of agony you're being put through.
I get a free membership at the Sam's Wholesale Club, though, and half off of the Applebee's across the street, as I said before.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe you.
And I pay 3/4 of my health benefits.
These are not the greatest things. I mean, what does a Sam's Club membership cost? $40?
I don't know.
It couldn't be more than $50. I mean,
I was just there tonight getting my frozen hash browns. I don't know. They were really cheap.
I mean, maybe you need, if you think you're going to tough it up, maybe you need to try a completely different approach, or maybe like kind of.
Do I need to start carrying a weapon to work?
I mean, I would hope not. I mean, maybe you just need to put your foot down or something. Let them know you can't be pushed around anymore.
Or I'll fire them. Yeah, well, and you know what'll happen then?
What's that?
Somebody will cut my brake line. Somebody will be waiting for me in a bathroom stall in the men's bathroom with a pair of, nunchucks or a nightstick, and they will beat me senseless in the bathroom. And I can't tell anybody.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you should.
It's a hell there. It's a hell on earth.
It sounds like it. I mean, it absolutely does sound like it.
I don't know how much more I can talk about. It's going to keep me awake all night anyway. So I tell you what, Tom, I'll just give you a call back in a couple of weeks and let you know how things have turned around. Hopefully they'll turn around for me.
Okay. Well, hopefully the next time we hear you, things are going a little better.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Tom.
Okay. Well, good luck.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Wow. Oh, that just puts a pall over everything. Oh. What a strange show tonight. Hey, let's check some of these overrated, underrateds have come in. Chris says Napster overrated. Kazaa. Kazaa. Underrated. I don't know what that is. Billy checking in saying Speed Racer overrated. Astro Boy underrated. Wow, that was a bummer, that call. That just has taken the wind out of my sails completely. I mean, generally it's, open phones. I guess that's the rough part of open phones. Underrated, Ralph Snodsmith, WOR Sunday mornings. Overrated, Tom Scharpling, Tuesday. Yeah, okay. Underrated, Ralph's Army. Overrated, Tom's Army. From somebody also named Tom. Well, thank you. For considering me overrated. WFMU, you're on the air.
Hello, Tom.
Hello.
I have some over-unders.
Great. Let's have them.
Lottery is over.
Lottery overrated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Placebos are underrated.
Placebos underrated. Yeah. Okay.
Sports are overrated.
All right.
All right. I guess because of all the performance-enhancing drugs and the injuries and the fact that 20% of the coaches are pedophiles. That was illustrated on 60 Minutes a couple years ago.
What are you talking about, high school sports?
Across the board.
So you're saying that pro coaches are pedophiles?
20%. My high school football coach was a pedophile.
So you're saying that 20% of the coaches in the NFL...
That's a minimum. That's a minimum.
You're actually saying that pro coaches are, though.
My high school coach knew professional football players, and they had him over once in a while to spur the team on.
I find that hard to believe.
Well,
but let's move on, though. Let's move on.
True.
Okay.
Being an intern is overrated.
Okay.
Okay. Looking at all the news out in the world these days. Buying a new car is overrated. You better off buying a used car.
Okay. Okay.
Being a vegetarian is underrated.
I agree with that.
Okay. Skydiving is overrated.
Have you ever skydived?
No, but I know of a fellow that was new on the job and convinced by a couple of fellow employees to skydive over the weekend. And he had a wife and a couple of kids, and he never came back.
Okay, so that's overrated.
Okay. McDonald's is overrated.
Okay. Give me an underrated.
Yeah, underrated. Going to the bathroom. I mean, for kids, they take it for granted, but us older guys realize that it's not something to be taken for granted. Sometimes it doesn't.
All right. Okay. All right. One more.
Sugar is underrated.
Okay.
And actually, if you had an open cut, if you put dry sugar on it, it's an antibiotic.
Okay.
Take care, Tom.
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
You're welcome.
All right. Have a good night. People checking in with their overrated, underrated ratings. Someone emailing and saying, Williamsburg, Brooklyn, overrated. Keensburg, New Jersey, underrated. The phone number 201-200-9368. Give us your overrated and underrated right now. Andre checking in on the email, toms@wfmu.org. And by the way, if you want to join Scharpling's Army, toms@wfmu.org. Just tell me that you want to enlist. You'll be in the Army. Andre says overrated. Cal Ripken. Underrated, Barry Larkin. Overrated, England. Underrated, Canada. Overrated, FTP. Underrated, Express Mail. Overrated, dollar cost averaging. Underrated, buy low, sell high. Overrated, the Beatles. Thank you. Underrated, the Bee Gees. Thank you. And finally, Andre says overrated, Carson Daly. Underrated, Steve Summers. Thank you. Steve Summers, one of the friends to this program. We had him on a few years ago. Nice guy. We are coming down the home stretch of the program. Tonight, for Nickel and Dime Radio, Bob W. will be filling in place of Small Change. So if you want to hear 3 hours of awesome music, 11 o'clock is the starting point. Nickel and Dime Radio, tonight hosted by Bob, in place of Small Change. Michael and Charmaine teaming up for an overrated, underrated list. Overrated Hudson River. Underrated East River. Overrated dogs as pets. Ah! You don't know what you're talking about. Not with my dog. My dog's underrated. Oh, underrated fish as pets, according to Michael and Charmaine. Overrated shiitake mushrooms. Underrated criminy mushrooms. Overrated Jamie Oliver, the Naked Chef. Underrated Iron Chef French. Yeah, the Iron Chef. The Iron Chef is not underrated. Overrated jet skis. Underrated Sea-Doos. Overrated pop songs and commercials. Underrated jingles. All right. Enough. Enough with your indulgent list. And finally, let's see. Sean checking in. Overrated Charlie Chaplin. Underrated Harold Lloyd. Overrated The Clash. Yet underrated The Damned. And here's my favorite. Overrated Hova. Underrated Belinda. Nice job, Sean. We are in the home stretch of the program. Going to take maybe one more call. Play one final record, then say goodnight. David checking in, saying, being clean-shaven is overrated. Yet Vikings are underrated. Oh, we're about to say goodnight within 7 minutes. I got one final record here. Something hot from a band called Federation X. They have a record out called American Folk Horror. FMU, you're on the air.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
It's me, the pornography girl. I just called to say, excuse me, that I'm not 15.
Okay.
And anyway, I love your show. I think you're great.
Well, thank you.
You know, and I'm sorry if I called was being a jerk before.
You were not being a jerk.
But you know what it really is?
What's that?
I think that television is overrated, and
Uh-huh.
I think that radio is underrated.
Very nice. So you don't think that pornography is underrated?
Oh, of course I do.
You do.
I do. Don't you?
So are you 21?
No, I'm 20.
Okay. Well, at least you're not 15. I don't want to be part of some 15-year-old talking about pornography. Understand my point of view.
But, you know, I listened to your whole show tonight, and I think that you went through a lot of, my God, with that technical business.
Am I overrated or underrated?
You're underrated.
Well, thank you very much.
All right.
You made
You have
my
a good night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. I'm underrated. On that note, Here's something from Federation X. Oh, let's just read one more. Kevin checking in on the email, thomas@wfmu.org, saying, overrated Marilyn Manson. What? Who's overrating Marilyn Manson at this point? I don't think Marilyn Manson rates anymore. Underrated Joy Division. Okay, I mean, but I actually would say you could almost reverse those. I'm not saying that that's the quality. I think Marilyn Manson sucks hard. Not good music. Thank you. I know I'm going out on a limb here. Not good music, Marilyn Manson. But that's what you're going to get on this opinion. That's what you get on this show. Opinions. I'm not scared to say that I don't like Marilyn Manson's music, no matter how much heat I'm going to get for saying that. I'll lay my rep on the line and say, Marilyn Manson's music, not that good. Something that is good, though. Federation X. Let's listen to this. And you know what? I'm just going to say you're listening to WFMU East Orange, WXHD Mount Hope, worldwide on the World Wide Web at WFMU.org. Stay tuned for Nickel and Dime Radio, tonight hosted by Bob W. This is the best show on WFMU. We will be back next week from 8 until 11, each and every Tuesday. And if you wish to join Scharpling's Army, our fantastic, exciting club, which has riveted the radio community, thomas@wfmu.org. Say you want to enlist. As promised, here are Federation X.